All right. Are we finally ready to begin again?
Define ready.
Everyone forgive us. It's been 2 months since we've recorded. So if there are some variances between last session and this session,
I wonder why.
Give us some slack.
Deal. All right. I think the last time we left off, everybody was heading back to the orc encampment. You guys, Basgrim and Gar Scarjon had been working at the blacksmith for a couple days. Leo, Var, and Vera had gone back to town and talked to Woodguard about...
Leo.
Yeah, talk to Leo Rill, talk to the head guard.
Yeah, and that was a fun. You were intimidating her. Good job.
Oh my god. Right, I did that.
Yep.
Oh, we also got the weird demon mind control core thing.
Yes. So I
you have the
in
core now. And Thera had gone off with some orcs and checked out a nearby gnoll village and found out that they had been completely eradicated. And you guys were all set to come back about the same time. I think Thera was going to be the last one back that night, but for convenience sake, is there anything that anybody wanted to do while they were traveling back? Or Garjon and Basgrim, do you have anything that you would like to do on your fascinating day?
Ting.
I think...
Ting.
Because did we end with you guys going through that day, or?
Yeah, we were going.
I think we
like
did.
pretty much. We ended as the day everyone would be back.
Yeah,
okay, that's what I thought.
And that was when we found out about the person in the back room.
So, with that being said, why don't we pick up where we all left off, and you guys all return back to the wonderful orc encampment, all at different times and such like that. But do you guys just want to meet up in the chieftain's hut, or outside, or out front, or?
Probably be out front.
Okay.
We're still traveling. When me, Leovar, and our two other, the guard and
Django and Garland.
When we come back, do the two orcish trackers leave right away, or do they hang around?
So as you approach the village, once you get to the front gate, the two orcish trackers just kind of, they're just like, we have to go report to the chieftain. So they disappear off pretty fast.
Cool. If I saw Gar...
Because if I remember correctly, yeah, they would have to report to Ragdar.
Okay. Because, yeah, if I saw anyone outside, I would linger outside of the camp.
There's no one really outside.
Well, no, Gar said he was going to be out front. Or out front.
Yeah.
Are you out front of the tent in the camp, or are you outside of the camp?
In the camp, because we've been staying in the camp.
Okay, never mind. Then I'll go.
Yeah, we've been in. So we would just be milling about outside, because we figured today was the day you were coming back. I believe that was what we had.
Yeah, that's what we talked about. Thera, where would you be?
She will be the last one returning, because she's returning with the orc scouting party, and they had a late start.
Right. So yeah, I would be looking for my party first. I wouldn't go directly to the chieftain's camp or tent first.
So, just because we've all been gone for a while, and to make things simple, wang bang boodle, you guys are all together. I don't want to make this a really long. Let's just get back to.
Oh wait, what? But I wanted to talk with random people or stuff like that.
You know what? It's been 2 months. Let's just.
Hey, there you
That's
are.
why I asked if Thera was there, because I figured that would happen. Okay.
Yeah, poof, you're all there. Pink poofy smoke magic.
So I would just ask, hey, let's all chat outside real quick.
about?
Sure.
Let
Lead the way.
and I would just kind of guide them out.
You
Fine.
notice Garland is very like on
Oh.
edge.
I just pat his shoulder.
Yeah, who's this guy?
Let's chat out.
He gives you a nice salute and he kind of goes, "Name's Garland, sir."
He's very kind.
Ah,
He's very sweet.
he's still a prissy soldier. That happens. After a while, you either stop doing it or you get strong enough and then they just don't bother with it anymore. That's usually what happens.
Anyway, I guide them all out, like a decent away from camp, and I just kind of like look at.
So you try to leave the encampment.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you get to the front gate, the orcs kind of go. They look at you and just can be like, "Ragnar said no leave."
We not leave. We just want privacy to talk. We be close. Well, tent give us own space.
The tent.
I guess tent.
Okay, so I try to gracefully like bow and be like, "We'll go to tent," and head back over to.
Because you guys have like a small tent that was
Yeah.
given to you,
Yeah.
anyways.
So we'll.
The nice
head
part
back
is that
to
it's built for orcs, so it's actually quite large. I mean, it would be small for an orc, but for you guys,
It's great.
For me, it's like, oh my god.
yeah.
It's probably a little smelly too, though.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
It reeks.
Hygiene's not the top of the priority list here.
Yeah. So I guide everyone into the tent, and
I'm sure they could find it without you, but yeah.
I'm trying to move it along. Do you want me to move
I
it
know,
along, or
right?
do you want me to help make it linger?
Slow it down a little bit more.
Continue.
And I kind of like look around.
It's a tent.
Well, yes, but like we're in close proximity to other tents as well, aren't we?
Not really. I mean, the tents probably all have at minimum, like at least minimum, like orc walking space. So they're like 4 or 5 feet apart from the next closest tent. And the tent that you're staying in, yeah, there's tents next to you, but they're all kind of spaced.
Okay.
And these aren't just like these are not just leather tents. These are like tents built with hide. So they're actually quite thick. They have like different animal hides. There's large, like bones that are holding up some of these tents, and you could easily fit probably 3 or 4 orcs in here, but you can't fit, or you could fit a lot more of you guys here because it's a lot bigger.
Okay.
And there's basically like 2 sections to the tent. There's like an entrance section, and then there's kind of like a larger like sleeping section.
Okay.
So the tents are quite simple, but they are built for someone a lot bigger than you.
They're kind of private enough.
Yeah, I mean, like if
They're not great, but they're not bad.
If you were going to try to listen through the tent because of how thick they are with all the animal hide, it's not going to be too easy if that's what you're looking for.
So padded enough to muffle out sound.
Yeah,
It'd have to be somebody who could sneak very close and peek a hood here.
Yeah. Okay, so I would just kind of like turn and look at everyone and be like, as you guys met, this is Garland. He has joined us from Leo Rill's, right? It was Leo Rill that assigned him.
Mm-hmm.
Leo Rill's squadron. And then I motioned to Django. He's also accompanying us.
He just kind of like...
Not exactly something he wanted to do, but something he was voluntold to do.
He can talk to people for us.
Leovar kind of goes like, I can talk to people for you.
You had been gone. That it's mostly from me and Bosgrim perspective. We haven't had anybody else to talk with the orcs.
He just shrugs.
Fair.
I'm here.
For now.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you're going to... I'm just saying, it's
So,
nice to have another one.
Yes. Anyway, a lot of things happened.
Leovar just kind of chuckles. I'm sorry.
I just like give him like a stare.
He just kind of like makes a face at it. I'm just going,
Were you able to get the stuff?
Yes, no, I have the core. We have the core.
Okay.
So
We made friends.
Oh.
we did.
Hooray.
Was it a violent leaving?
It wasn't violent.
Okay.
I might
Leovar starts throwing up hand signs like
have
at her.
threatened the head guard if she didn't let us leave because she
Might
wasn't.
is a strong word for I did.
Threatened now. Ooh. Pray tell.
I didn't know you could be mean.
I don't like being mean, but I have the capacity to be mean.
She was a jerk face.
Don't piss off diplomats. It's kind of standard procedure.
Or courtesans.
She's not a diplomat. She's the head guard, but she wasn't going to let me leave, and she was not
You're
listening.
The diplomat.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Yeah, I
Point
have.
in case, we have a very upset head guard now.
Yeah, because she wanted me and Leoril to tell her what's going on, and Leoril also was not comfortable telling her what was happening because we probably both would have been locked up, realistically.
So it sounds like you pulled rank, which is
A little bit more than
understandable.
that.
That and a little bit more, yeah.
Considering with how forthcoming they've been with information for us.
Well, I mean, Leovar kicks in. He's like, to be fair, it's not really her fault. It's...
Yeah. At the end of the day, I don't blame her. I just had to have a little heavier of a hand than I wanted to be, so that situation going back is going to be really complicated. And I just wanted to give you guys a heads up with that. And I kind of like lower my voice like a few notches. Also, Leoril is okay with what we're doing, in theory, as long as it produces results. However, if
You want to tell them?
this camp... She's not a fan of orcs either.
Big surprise.
I know, but I don't want to. But she also said if the orcs are weaker, she wouldn't mind if something happened to them. But also, I want to see if we can help them out. Like, obviously, this encampment is suffering just like the town is. So if we can mutually help each other and figure out what the hell is going on, then why not? Like, I'd rather not just kill everyone just because it's the easy way out. That seems...
Well, to be fair, I don't think we could kill all these orcs. There's a
No,
lot.
exactly. Yeah.
And
Now
also,
a good time to bring up the fact that they have a blacksmith imprisoned as well.
yeah, that's what we found out.
What?
Yet alone, something is also hunting them and other tribes out in the forest. I couldn't find it, but it wiped out a bunch of gnolls, I believe is the terminology they were saying.
Oh, God.
Well, I mean, that just goes to further prove the whole fighting on two fronts type of deal that they were saying.
Yeah, but can we roll back? They have a prisoner? Who is this prisoner?
I mean, to be fair,
I don't know.
That's
The
a good
human town
question.
has prisoners,
Neither of
too.
us are very sneaky to find out exactly what's going on. All we know is they have someone imprisoned that is doing blacksmith work for them to repair equipment.
I couldn't really talk with the guards that were watching us, but I tried to ask them if we could go inside the door, and they said no. Because all they can do to really convince them is point and give food. Because don't really speak of the language.
You know, orcs speak the language of alcohol as well.
They
I'm
didn't have any
surprised you
booze.
didn't try to spread
I
that.
don't have any booze.
Not on
I'm
me.
not
Wait, I don't
wasting
think so.
emerald dust on a bunch
That's
of
fair.
orcs. And
I
I don't
respect
have
that.
enough to... No.
I had deer meat. I gave them deer meat. They were very gracious.
I mean, at least you bought us some favor with that, but... Okay. I mean, let's... Did they sound like they were hurt? Because realistically, the town...
Out of character, I don't remember what that got discussed when we
I
discovered
don't believe
they
they
were...
sounded like they were hurt. They were just imprisoned.
Like,
They
did
were
we even
imprisoned,
talk to them?
They couldn't really hear you.
Yeah,
Oh, that's what... Okay, that's what I was going to say. I was like, did we even talk to them?
you did. It was just very short.
Okay, I don't remember anything.
All you got was, hello, is someone there? Hello?
And it was common.
Really it.
Okay.
And it seemed like a man, right?
I believe so.
I believe so.
So, what do you tell
Yeah, so...
in character?
We didn't really get to talk to him much. Spoke common, but it was more like a, oh, hey, you're there? Oh, hello. And
Okay.
that was about it.
Well, if he wasn't screaming for help and he was trying to talk to you, then... And he's obviously providing a service, so if he's a captive, the town has the blacksmith over there in jail. Like, it's, until we know more, like...
Maybe
He's in good enough condition that it is not an immediate priority, but
As long as his life isn't threatened and he's not being tortured, I mean, that can be something we address once we start solving some problems here, I think.
I mean, they've been nice to us so far.
Ish.
No,
yeah, we are also...
I know.
Not allowed to leave?
Well, they just said that Ragnar wanted to talk to us, which, to be fair, I mean, the other town didn't leave when we wanted to leave either.
That's fair.
Yeah,
So-
we don't have a lot of friends on either side right now, so...
Everybody
is-
sucks.
I'm ready to be done with this job. And then Vera just kind of like looks down at her arm and like touches where she got stung by the evil triad. I'm really ready to be done with this job.
Well,
And then go
on
put
the
it...
right side, we're finally about to start doing what we signed up with the heroic hunters to do.
True. True. We're gonna hunt something. So, I guess we should go speak with the two in charge.
Yeah, and hopefully, the sister has some better news for us this time.
Hopefully she can figure out what this core is. So, or at least how something to help us out in what we need to do.
Well, I mean, we have to get that and, what was it, 2 other things before we can go take on the big baddie
Well, I'm just
thing.
hoping that negotiations with a ceasefire actually carry on a little bit this time.
That's true. That'd be nice.
Maybe.
Because one of them is sensible, the other one, well,
Which one's
we
sensible?
might start leaning into Leoril's idea.
I don't see either side as sensible, right? Or
Well,
do you
no,
mean
the
the leaders?
The sister
Yeah.
is sensible enough, but she's also not the one in charge.
Well, let's go talk and see what happens. So,
Well, we go find a big monster, I hope.
that would be the easy way.
All right, so you guys head off to
The big chieftain's tent.
Big Chieftain's tent. All right, so you get to the Big Chieftain's kind of lodge, more or less. When you walk in, you can see that there are different ceremonies and other things going on with certain orcs, and you don't see Ragnar there, at least immediately present. However, you do see that the female is there, and she seems to be looking over something kind of quite intensely. You're not sure exactly what. It's kind of dark in here. What do you guys do?
Is there something to knock on? Like it.
You guys are already let in.
Okay. I mean,
I'd
just
say we
to.
approach her. I mean,
Right.
unless there's Objection to that.
No, I'm good with just approaching her.
All right, so you approach her. When you approach her, she is looking over what looks to be these animal hides, it looks like. Like, you see these large animal hides, and she seems to be doing something to them and, like, sprinkling different things on them, and you can see this sort of magic emanating off of it. And you notice that her eyes are glowing a deep purple. As they're glowing a deep purple, you can see there's this mysticism, magic aura kind of leaking out from the very corners of her eyes on both sides, and it's kind of like fluttering into, it's just floating, kind of like a smoke.
Spellcraft check?
Make a spellcraft check.
I have that now. Not much, but I have it. It helps when I roll a 16. 19.
19.
Nice.
So you both recognize that she's doing some sort of druidic ritual magic. Whatever it is, it's obviously not a normal type of magic, and neither one of you are really of the druidic spellcrafty function, but you can tell that it's ritual magic and it's druidic.
It's real druidic magic, not that fake stuff.
Sure.
I would not interrupt her. Is there anyone around her, like guards or?
Yeah, there's two orcs that are kind of like 10, 15 feet away from her. You can notice that they are not interrupting her either. They're just letting her do her thing. They seem to be waiting also. So if you just want to wait.
I just glance. No. Sorry. I just glance over at the guards and then back at our group, and I'd be like, she's doing a ritual, so we probably should wait.
Mm-hmm.
So, usually I know, as a caster, I know rituals take 10 minutes, right? Okay.
They differ.
True. I don't think that it should take too long, but I don't know.
I
Because
go sit in
I'm
the
not a
corner.
druid.
Depends on the kind of rituals. Some of the ritual spells for divine cast can take hours, days.
Oh. Well, hopefully it's not one of those.
I go sit in a corner.
Curious, DM, does any of the totems or any of the standing mysticism things look familiar to that of what I saw in the tent back in the knoll section?
Oh, that's a very good question. Roll a wisdom check.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay. Let's see.
On to something.
Is it going to be? What is it gonna be? That is going to be 11 in total for wisdom. Is this like a spot, or is it like a...
Just give me your what you roll plus your wisdom modifier.
Yeah, it's 11. Elf.
Okay. 1 second.
That's fine.
Just
Take
gotta
your time.
note of that. You said it was 11, right?
Yes, I did. 11.
So with your 11 wisdom check, you can see that there are some similarities between these totems and the ones that you saw back at the Knoll Village. However, you don't see like this is an exact. It's not the one that you saw back at the Knoll Village, but they appear to have a lot of similarities. So
Okay. Makes sense. Was just curious
make
if
me a
it
quick
might...
spot check, however.
Ooh, okay. Let's see. Oh dear. Oh gosh. Oh darn. 29.
Okay. Okay. So, however, when you look around, you can see that up on the back wall, there are more totems, and with your dark vision, you can see one totem that looks identical to the one that you saw in the Knoll Village.
Okay. Good to know. I'll just keep a mental note on that and sit my happy ass down out the way.
All right.
Because I'm not
So-
about to touch no juju.
As you sit for about 5 minutes, after about 5 minutes, you see this druid finishes her ritual magic, and you see the hide that she's holding on to smoke, and it rises. It just appears to be normal smoke, like it's just this kind of like dark grayish smoke, and you can smell like there's like a burning fat, like a burning fat noise on in the air now. And she kind of comes out of her trance, it looks like, and she looks at all of you, and very quietly she kind of like takes a step back. She rolls up the hide, she puts it in what looks to be kind of like a cupboard space, like they have rough shelving and things like that, and she wraps it up and puts it into a little cubby, and then steps forward and kind of goes, I'm sorry, is there something I can help you with?
I would just kind of take out because I'm pretty sure it's leather lined now. I would take out the core, and I just kind of present it. We just wanted to report back in. I'm finally back from the city, or the town, and I have the core. If you wanted to look at it.
Yes, I would. 1 second. And she walks back to the cubby space. You see her, she kind of like goes through a couple things, and she pulls out this large stone bowl. It's very rudimentary, and she walks it over, and she kind of goes, can you place it in there?
And I just like set it down.
All right. She places it in there. Thank you. I will begin doing my incantations and my magic on this to find out what I can find out for you. Is there another reason you were here? Leovar kind of speaks up, kind of goes like, I think your brother wanted to talk to us.
Yeah.
At least we weren't allowed to leave, the guards said.
Something about him not wanting us to leave.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know anything about that, but I know he's not here right now, at least immediately. If you want to wait.
We can wait.
Yeah.
What time of day is it again?
It's getting close to nightfall.
Okay. So, I mean, we can retire for the evening. So.
Yeah, we can speak with him in the morning.
Indeed.
And that should give me enough time to do some checking on the core here. So, just let me know if there's anything else I could help you with.
Will do.
And she walks off.
Yeah. And I would kind of glance at everyone and then start taking our leave if no one else wants to say anything.
No.
Yeah, I got nothing.
So yeah, I guess we just return to the tent. I'm fine
No.
with sleeping.
We all gotta fit in one tent now. Now it might be a little crowded.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little crowded.
We love crowded.
It will be fine.
Some people are gonna have to cuddle.
I get the dog bed.
I'll cuddle with Thera.
All right. So does everybody go to sleep?
Will tell you I run a little hot at night.
That's great. It's really cold.
I thought you were gonna say you sleep naked.
I mean, I do that too, either way.
I mean, most dwarves
fine.
do.
Just don't ask if I get a little fuzzy. It's not intentional.
Oh, we're doing that sort of thing. I mean, okay.
No, I'm just saying.
I mean, I'll strip off to it. I'm kidding.
Wow.
I've got nothing to hide here.
Yeah, but none of us have a good spot check to find it.
Excuse me, sir. I think you'll find I'm much more well endowed than you.
Was that a threat? Oh my god.
He doesn't say anything. He's just-
Yeah, we all go to bed.
All right.
And whatever happens that night stays in that tent and does not get talked about.
Hotel room? Hotel room.
Hotel room.
What happens in the orc camp stays in the orc camp. I just realized we also have the other two people. We have,
Oh god.
we have Django
Okay,
and
yeah.
him. Yeah,
Garland.
never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. How
Alright.
the fuck do we all fit in that tent?
It's very cramped.
I have another extra tent if there's a spot we
We
can
get
put one up.
comfy.
Well, like I said, there's a sleeping room and then there's like an entry. You guys, it'll just be very
okay.
cramped.
Okay, never
sleep
mind.
in
I didn't
both.
realize that.
Yeah, you're just gonna be sleeping in both areas.
Okay, never mind. I was saying, if somebody needs a tent, I have one.
No, like you can sleep in there. It's just it's
Yeah.
there's no longer a entry. There's just 2 sleeping areas.
Hmm.
All right, so you guys wake up the next morning.
And I'm assuming no one comes to get us yet,
Nope.
right? Cool. Well, I imagine the spellcasters take our time to do our thing. And then after that, should we see if he's ready to speak to us? I guess.
Leovar's just like, I'm good to go whenever.
Yeah.
So you guys, that take a while.
Yeah, I didn't really use any spells yesterday, so.
That's true. I don't need to either, but that's just habit by now. I don't think I actually used anything yesterday. Traveling will do that to a girl. So, let's go.
All right, so you head out to the lodge again. All right.
Yep.
So when you get to the lodge this morning, you can see that there are quite a bit more orcs out front. You can see that there's some sort of conversation going on. Do you bring Django and Garland with you?
No, I'd say they can just stay back at the tent, honestly.
Okay. So when you get there, Leovar kind of like, you notice like he's like looking around a little bit more than normal, and as you guys are walking up to the lodge, he's just like, there's a lot of orcs here that seem to be gearing up for war, just so you know.
I would have been kitted out in like actual armor.
I figure everybody's in their
Yeah.
armor.
Yeah, we would have all
So.
been ready to head out for the day.
So you open up the lodge door, and when you open it up, you can see that there's a large bonfire in there. Like it's much larger than you've seen before, and you see Ragdar over on the right, and he seems to be sitting in what looks to be a chair, and there are multiple orcs like around him, and he seems to be yelling at them, and he's very forceful with it. And on the left side, you see that there are a whole bunch of weapons and armors and different things going on. And in the very back, you can see the druid lady that you talked to. She seems to be with a couple other what look to be more spellcastery types. They are at a table that wasn't there last night, mind you, and they appear to be kind of like looking over something. Where do you go?
I kind of glance at Leovar to see if he's just as tense with all the words that are happening right now.
He kind of gives you. Does anyone else speak Orc?
No.
Okay.
I thought Leovar did.
No,
Yeah.
he does. He does.
Only Leovar does.
Oh shit.
So he kind of goes like, so Ragdar's pissed off about, it sounds like, some attacks that happened last night. I can't exactly overhear exactly what, but apparently someone didn't do their job.
Oh.
There are some people over there talking about some blacksmithing work, and in the back we have the druids. I can't hear what they're saying. It's like, Ragdar's really loud.
Are they saying good things about the blacksmithing work?
I can't hear that. I just know that they're talking about it. Sorry, I was more focused on the yelling orc.
No, it's fair.
And you guys can just hear.
That's
I mean, I feel like we should go over there to try to calm him down if we're able to.
Sure, wonderful.
yeah,
Up to
no, we should. I'm just saying, hopefully, it wasn't the town that did the attacking.
I really hope so too.
Because it'll be a lot harder for us to talk to him.
Yeah.
So where do you guys go? Do you go to the armor? Do you go to the druids? Or do you go to Ragnar?
I want to go to the army, but that's me.
Come on, make a decision.
Ez, where do you want to go?
I believe we're dealing with Ragnar, right?
Yep, we're dealing with Ragnar.
Right.
Sarah, Brina, what do you think?
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's tackle the biggest problem head on.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys.
Walk over and I would try to like have us not impede on him talking to the soldiers, but like have us just behind so like
Yeah.
we're obviously
You're not
waiting.
making like a you're not like forcing your way to the front. You're
Yeah.
just getting to the back.
We're next.
Yes.
Okay.
We're next to
So
be yelled
as
at.
you approach, Ragnar lets out one more roar that you hear at his people, and you just hear this loud like, Vekbek Morna, and he just like literally like throws a sword at somebody. It doesn't doesn't pierce them, but it like hits them. Like he's threw it like sidearmed, and the guy falls back, and he just goes Udaka, and they just kind of like pick up their stuff and they kind of like start moving out. And he looks at you and he gets up off of this chair. He looks at all of you and he goes, "Good news, or wasting my time?"
We just thought you might want to talk to us.
I did.
So we were mostly just here to see what you needed to speak to us with.
What's word?
I didn't get much success. I got the person we're working with that is from. They haven't referenced gallons or anything, right? Like the bigger, like they only know this territory. Like if I speculated that would be not outside of the realm of possible. They don't know about gallons, right?
They haven't like
They haven't said.
Yeah.
They haven't said anything about
They haven't
it.
said anything like that. But
Our one contact who is in control of the town right now knows and wants also to see if we can resolve this. Okay. The guards are still really wary.
so I need you to make a bluff check.
What? She said she was okay with. That's not a lie to me, because she said she was okay with us trying, but I have to consider also just nuking the town.
True, but look at this from Ragnar's perspective. You aren't exactly telling the truth, and so he technically might get a sense motive. You get a massive bonus. We'll add 15 to your roll.
That's Ragnar.
Yep.
23.
He just, if he does know anything, he's not sure.
So yeah, I tell him that.
We also left the core with your sister last night, so we are
Yes.
waiting to hear what she has for us as well.
Okay.
I think we're just waiting for that to see what other things we can do to hunt the different creatures. And then we can go out and get those and hopefully kill those.
He speaks quite suddenly, like as you finish your sentence, he goes, Ragnar has many reports of creatures attacking. Want you to deal.
Okay. Do you know what kind of creatures?
He points to the Druid.
Okay. We'll talk to
She
her.
help you.
Okay. I mean, that's easier than talking to people. Let's go ahead and I kind of like motion over at the druid. We'll go speak with her. And
He shoos you off.
yeah, we scurry away. That was about as painless as it could have been.
More or
He
less, yeah.
suspects you.
Possibly. I rolled a 4.
Okay. So, you guys go over to the Druid.
Yeah.
So as you get there, she kind of looks at you and kind of goes like, I'm glad that you could be here. She's like, I spent all night with, she points to it. Surprisingly, you notice that her common is much better than her brother's. And she kind of goes, as far as dealing with these creatures, I wasn't able to come up with much. But this core, she picks it up, you know, she has a glove on. She kind of goes, this core is sort of it gives me a general idea of where to find the next one, in a way. The
Okay.
magic's very similar, so I can kind of follow it. She kind of goes,
Wait, there's more of these things existing.
yes.
We pulled this from the one in the town, so that.
Mhm.
Oh dear. It's a bigger problem than we expected.
Well, the creature that we are hunting is a creature that causes this thing to happen, from my understanding. So,
Yeah,
The Markadon is not something that is easy to kill. Or get rid of, for that matter.
Well, I mean, if it was easy, it would have already been dealt with by you guys, I imagine.
Yes.
So, your brother said that there were other creatures that attacked, and that we could go to you for more specifics as well.
Yes, so we have several outlying scouting parties. She points to Thera, joined one, and we understand that the Knoll encampment that we did trade with is now completely wiped out. Which they weren't the strongest encampment, but there were about 50 of them. So whatever killed them was obviously at least.
Somewhat powerful.
Yes. So I can give you a general idea of where you might find more of these creatures, but finding them and hunting them specifically, I can't tell you exactly how to do that because I don't know what creature will be out there. We have lots of reports of creatures. You just have to go talk to the right groups if you want to. Or you can head out there immediately. Up to you.
Okay. We usually prefer seeing what information we can gather, even if it's only partial. So, whatever information we can get, if you can point us in the right direction to talk to someone about that, that would be great. Or even if you could just let us know about the reports, whatever you think is best.
I can give you a general idea of who to talk to, but as far as exact information, I can just point you in the right direction for certain ones, but I can't guarantee which one you're going to find.
Fair.
There will probably be clues on your way there, but as far as preparing immediately, like now,
I kind of just look back at everyone. I mean, I guess we just prepare for anything.
Well,
I mean, are we likely to get useful information out of the scouts? Will they even know what to tell us?
some might not. It's kind of dependent. Like I said, I can't guarantee. Not all of them are scouts, so
Doesn't hurt to quickly ask real quick.
yeah.
Yeah. If you can point us in the right direction, we'll go talk to them.
Sure. She takes a minute and kind of like starts writing down some stuff on what looks to be some actual parchment paper, which first time you've seen that here.
Mm-hmm.
And she hands you a note, and it's scribbled down in very, very like almost unlegible common. Like,
Oh no.
it's Leovar can probably read it because
Okay.
he speaks Orc, but this is very, very.
She might as well have just written it in Orcish.
She made an attempt. That's
Yeah.
the important part.
Fair. I would just hand it over to Leomar.
He kind of goes.
Or I mean, writing out Orcish names in common. That's the other thing that she's essentially doing.
Yeah.
So,
Do you guys have any questions for her or anything else like that?
No.
I would ask, would you answer me a something?
Sure. How can I help?
I don't remember catching her name.
She never gave it. No one's ever asked.
Well, I would have asked.
I believe.
Like,
No,
I thought I did.
I think I have her name written down somewhere.
Oh,
I just
well.
need to go. Let me go.
Look it up then.
well, I
Find out.
probably never had a chance to talk with her before now, but I would greet her if I know her name. I would point to the totem up in the corner that I recognize.
Okay.
That creature, not creature, but that is a sign for a deity, is it not?
She
Or
kind of goes.
spirit?
Yes, it is a sign for one deity, one powerful creature, more or less.
I also saw a similar shrine made up in the Knolls encampment. Would you be
I
willing?
don't doubt that the Knolls worship. They worship Vengarak quite adamantly out there. Well, they did.
Is that the name of the god? Vengarek?
Yeah, Vengarak is the kind of the vengeful spirit of the forest, the hunter, the stalker, and the killer.
Huh. Okay, that's
Never mind, I don't.
interesting. Okay, I remember seeing one at the shrine at the encampment, and it gave me this feeling of dread. It explains quite a bit now. Thank you.
If the Knolls worship that spirit very heavily, at least the ones that I've met, and they often pray to that spirit for guidance and strength.
Mm-hmm. Well, I definitely felt its presence within the encampment.
You
And
didn't take anything off the totem, did you?
No,
Okay.
I knew better not to touch a shrine, especially with the slaughter of its people. It seemed like a foolish. But I think it's their deity is quite angry that they are wiped out.
Yeah. I don't know how much you believe in the spirits, but the belief that if you have time, if you wanted to, appeasing that spirit would be a very good way to calm that area down.
Perhaps once we've taken care of things, we have other pressing matters, but
No,
thank
I
you.
understand, but probably the spirit is looking for vengeance on those that killed its town.
Vingarek, correct?
Yeah, Vengarak.
I will keep that in my mind. Thank you. All right, somebody else lead on. That's all I wanted.
I think that's all we needed. I just kind of look at Guard. Do you want to talk to the blacksmith people?
I would.
I was also going to ask her if she got any useful information from her chat with the old Empire dude.
Oh, the
Oh.
Strike Lex Empire guy?
Yeah. So what do you ask her exactly?
If she found anything about her father and the mayor of the town.
She kind of goes, we went to the area that you said that he was at, and we did not find him.
Strange. You said that he usually resides around there, does he not?
We've seen him before, but it's not always guaranteed.
Maybe it just chooses when to appear and when not to appear.
You might just avoid certain people.
Something that
Well.
dangerous definitely decides when and where it wants to go, so
Well,
it
to be
does not
fair,
surprise me.
Ragnar was the one trying to go to contact him, so.
Mm.
I
Makes
thought
sense.
she went.
I was supposed to, but I had other matters here.
Alright. As for the Markadon, is there any other weaknesses you might know about it? Anything that we can start thinking about to prepare for, or...
All of my research, well, all of my scrolls and tales of the Markadon are all very old. The only thing that is consistent between all of them is it's a creature of legend among my people. It's a as much of a blight as it is a strength in the forest, and all I know for certain is if and when you fight this creature, you must be very careful because it is a very deadly combatant, and not many tales end up well of anybody fighting it.
I assumed as much. Thank you.
So I do know that these cores, however, are the key to finding it, so we need more of them.
Well, we'll try and bring you back another suit. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay.
We head to the blacksmith people? Or the people talking about blacksmiths? It's up to you. I'm not going to bring that up right now. If you want to bring it up.
I don't think it's a good idea to bring it up right now.
Okay, fair.
So do you guys leave?
Yeah,
Yes.
we go talk to the blacksmith people.
Well, people talking about
Yeah,
blacksmith.
people talking about blacksmithing.
Okay. So you guys go to the blacksmith. Well, the people at the armory area.
Yeah.
So Orc looks at you. He says something in Orc that you don't.
I just look over it.
Leovar kind of goes, right. What do you want? I'm just gonna translate word for word the best I can.
Oh. How is the equipment doing?
He relays that, and the Orc kind of just says something and kind of goes. He says it's fine. He says it's better work than they've had for a while.
Yes.
High five. To Gar. Or no, to Glenn. God damn it!
Wow.
My brain.
Basgrim?
Basgrim, yes. High five, Basgrim.
I confusingly touch his hand.
Yeah. I wonder which race would have the high five invented.
Humans.
Humans and
And-
probably gnomes.
No, humans and halflings, for sure. Because halflings pick up on everything. Gnomes would probably have it by association.
Yeah. But I mean, like, the ones that made it be humans.
That are halflings.
Because dwarves have the wrist grab.
Yep.
Half-orcs would have the fist bump.
Half-orcs are half-orcs.
Half-orcs would
Probably
headbutt.
Yeah.
Yeah, who would have the fist bump?
Elves.
That doesn't seem like an elf thing.
That seems like a dwarf thing.
Elves seem like the handshake people.
Germaphobe.
Or maybe that's gnomes. Gnomes might have the
I don't
fist
know. Who
bump.
cares? How the fuck?
Yeah, why are we
I
talking
don't know.
about this?
I don't know. It's just. So. Yeah. Okay.
You're
And-
talking to
No,
the
I know.
people.
I know. I don't know what else. to
Anything
say.
else?
That was basically.
The orc is looking annoyed now.
That was basically what I was concerned about. I
Right.
didn't know what was happening. It was like I wanted.
He
to
just
know
looks
we
at the
did a
orc and he says
good
something. The
work.
orc kind of like grunts and goes back to work.
We did good job. That's all. I didn't know if they had anything to
I
say
know
about
I
the
did a
work.
good job even with the really shitty setup.
And with me only being good at woodworking, that's what it's. That's bad.
Roll D100.
Oh dear.
Me?
No, Josh.
83.
Leovar suddenly, the orc talks back to Leovar, and Leovar kind of goes like, he kind of gives like a weird face, and the orc hands him like a sword, and he's like, what the fuck? He kind of goes, he says this is for you, and he hands it to you.
I bow graciously, and
So
and
for him, it's like a short sword. So for you, it's essentially a bastard sword.
and I like bow, and then I don't know, bump my chest with my fist.
Okay. So
Ooh.
this is an orcish bastard sword. For you, it doesn't really operate that well. If you use it, you get -2 on attack. But
It's a bastard sword.
it's a bastard. It does bastard sword damage for you. However, it's heavy and ill-weighted, so it gets +1 damage.
So -2 attack, +1 damage
Mhm.
from my normal bastard sword stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So whatever your normal bastard sword stuff is, like it's gonna give you a -2 to strike, but it's heavy and ill-weighted, so you get +1 damage.
That's hysterical.
And it's masterwork?
No,
It's not masterwork.
no,
okay.
it's just -2 to hit.
Okay, but I had to make sure I did, like, because I was judging it off of a masterwork for the attack, so okay.
No.
So, yeah.
It's a normal weapon. It just -2 to attack, +1 damage.
So from that other weapon, -3.
From a masterwork, yeah.
All right, that's it. I'm happy. Let's go talk to the people that we got handed the list.
Levar kind of holds up the list for a second. He kind of and he stares at it and he kind of goes like, "All right, so I think, and don't quote me on this." He goes, "I think there's a hunter. There's," and he looks at the word for a real long time and he kind of goes,
Do you think Django could read it better?
"No, this is someone attempting to write common but use half orc or use orc. It's
Yeah, I mean, Django learned common, so maybe he would...
I know common and I know orc."
Oh, okay.
He goes, "This is either fisherman or herbalist. Not sure."
Herbalist.
I'm assuming herbalist due to our situation where we're at. I highly doubt that there's a big enough body of water for a fisherman.
I'm just the way that it's written. It could be either one.
Oh dear.
And he goes to the next one. And kind of goes, "It apparently they have a knoll here that could tell us something. There's a body that we could examine, or there's a monkey." Am I wrong on that? He like looks at it a little bit longer. He's just like, I'm sure I'm reading this last one wrong, but it roughly translates to big monkey. I'm confused.
Do they have... Never mind, I don't have knowledge nature. I wouldn't
I
know
have
that.
no clue what the hell that
Do
means.
they have any monkeys in the Southern Elf Forest? Or any primates?
Do you have knowledge nature?
Yeah.
Roll knowledge nature. Well, I don't remember. It's been 2 months since we played.
I'm checking that I do.
Says yeah. Wait,
Well, no. I mean, I
know.
meant yeah because I had to have it for my wild soul.
I'm just giving you shit.
Not that it's gonna help. I got 11.
Don't know. You've seen small monkeys in your forest, but more of like as pets to other elves
okay.
or druids. Like,
Little spider monkeys.
yeah.
Adorable.
You've never fought anything bigger than a small monkey.
It attacks your face.
I don't like the idea of a big monkey.
How about a spider monkey?
I like spider monkeys.
No, like a literal spider
monkey.
monkey.
No.
A monkey with 8 arms.
No, thank you. That
No.
sounds
Spider
terrible. Ugh.
Way too many
Okay.
arms to fling shit.
But no feet.
Ew.
Just
That's-
8 arms.
Let's
Spider
not.
head, no feet. With 8 butt.
See,
at the
that
bottom.
sounds like if you were to reanimate, like, someone that does jujitsu, but instead of arms, they just had more shins.
So, what do you want to go investigate first?
Herbalist. Or the knoll. Let's do the knoll.
The knoll's gonna be the easiest to find, so let's
Yeah.
try to find the knoll.
So, you want to go find the knoll?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully one of
Well,
us
I
can
could
communicate
examine
with
the
it.
Body.
I
So-
thought you had poop for heal.
I have poop for heal, but now I have poop for heal instead of no heal.
That's like me in spellcraft.
So, are we going to the body or the knoll?
No. And
Knoll first.
hopefully we can still communicate with it.
I mean, if we want
And
to,
it doesn't just speak knoll.
if we want to split the party, we could go ask Django to escort you to the body, because it's not like you need to talk to the body. If you want to do
We'll
that,
need to
Bosman.
talk to people to get to the body, though.
That's why I'm saying go get Django.
Why do we need to get Django?
Why do we need to split the party? Leonhard just kind
We
of
don't.
shrugs.
Oh,
We
I
can just take
so
our
a
time.
little bit faster. Okay.
And I want to keep Django out of this as much as possible. He doesn't exactly want to be here.
Yeah, he didn't seem very happy about being coming.
Well, he might actually be happier if we take him out of the camp, you know?
Well, yes, out of the camp, but not exploring inside the camp. I don't want to expose him to too many orcs.
There.
He doesn't seem to be a huge fan of orcs,
No.
ironically.
So,
Just like everyone else around here. Except, you know, the orcs.
So, you guys are going To the knoll?
To the knoll
Knoll.
first, and then we'll go to the body.
All right, so you guys walk around for a little bit. Do you ask any orcs where to go? Well, never mind.
It would
Does
all be-
Leovar
Yeah,
ask
Does
any orcs?
Leovar.
Leovar literally asks the first orc he comes across and starts to talk with them for like about a minute, and they point him in a direction. And he kind of like, he gets like this weird look on his face, and he's like, huh. And then he walks off. And he kind of goes like, so, as you're walking there, he speaks in, does everyone speak dwarf?
Dwarf?
Obviously, if I didn't speak dwarf, I'd be a bad dwarf.
I know the two dwarves speak dwarf, but I'm asking the two non-dwarves if they speak dwarf.
I speak dwarf.
I don't.
So he speaks in dwarf. And he just basically says, he kind of goes like, so, I know the elf can't hear this, but I didn't want to say this in common, just in case they speak it. This knoll is locked up for some reason.
Oh my god!
So, just so you know, I just thought that was a little weird.
That is a little weird.
That
I
is-
look
that
at
is
Gar.
weird. In halfling,
Yeah, no, I look at Gar and I say in halfling, what'd he say?
the knoll is locked up for some reason.
Wait, so it's possibly your blacksmith person?
Oh, you're right.
You guys
It
are going
could
nowhere
be.
near the blacksmith right now.
Damn.
Hey, we have a piece of paper that says no. But that was just a shot in the dark.
Damn. I had hope.
I mean,
So you guys get to this area and you see that there are a whole bunch of like large cages, and you see multiple different animals and different creatures kind of stuck in these things. Like you see boars, you see some pigs, you see some cows, and off in the corner you see a cage that is unlike all the other ones and is actually made out of actual metal. And you see this creature in there. You assume it's the knoll because Leovar points at it and goes like, I think that's what we're supposed to talk to. And you just see this large kind of humanoid creature with these, with the head of what looks to be kind of like a wolf hyena hybrid. And it has these bright glowing red eyes, and it has blood kind of around its mouth. And you notice its claws are like dripped in, like, they're kind of like crusted blood. And it's holding on to the bars and seems to just be growling.
have I mentioned I love gnolls? Out of character. I love them a lot.
No, regular
They're
no.
hyena people.
Regular no. Regular no.
I don't know if we're gonna get much info out of this person.
Yeah, are we gonna be able to talk to it? Can it talk?
He kind of shrugs. He's like, I have no fucking idea, but I don't want to go anywhere near it.
I go near the cage.
I'll go with Thera.
Nice and slow. Hands up.
I wave.
It does not wave back.
I don't wave. I
Like-
just keep my hands, seen.
Okay.
Does it
So-
like snarl?
Yeah, as you approach, it kind of snarls.
I ask in common, do you speak common?
It doesn't.
I ask in Sylvan, do you speak Sylvan?
Doesn't respond.
Damn it.
I ask in Undercommon.
Ah.
Who wants to call high or low in your favor?
Hi, my favor.
Doesn't respond.
Sad.
Uh,
I ask in Halfling, do you speak Halfling?
It just starts to snarl.
I mean, it was already doing
Goblin. Does it speak Goblin?
Nope.
Goblin.
Did I
is
try
good.
Celestial at this point?
Doesn't respond.
In gnome, I say I doubt you speak gnome there, brother.
Doesn't respond.
I look over at Leovar and I wave him over. Ask him if he speaks Orcish.
I would hope mobily.
He walks over. Someone call high or low for Leovar.
Hi for
Well-
Leovar.
Oh, listen, Brina.
He speaks in Orc and it doesn't answer. He goes, fucking, I don't know. Does anyone Do we know anybody that speaks whatever language this thing speaks?
I will try Celestial at this point.
It does not fucking answer. It just snarls.
Can I roll on knowledge nature to see if it
Or wait, would that
know what language it speaks?
would knowledge geography help me to know what languages that would speak?
It would help you give you a rough estimate of what it could speak. It wouldn't tell
Yeah.
you what it does. Speak.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
So-
what that
But this-
kind.
I don't think you've ever seen a knoll before.
That's
But
what I was,
go ahead. And,
That's what's gonna be a random knowledge
Yeah.
Random
geography.
chance.
That cocked. 27.
So they are a more forest bound for the most part, at least from what you've heard. So maybe Sylvan or maybe they even speak their own language, orc, elf,
I try
any of the
elf.
more foresty languages,
Yeah.
possibly.
Maybe foresty languages. Maybe elf.
I already tried Sylvan, so I'll try an elf. You don't happen to speak Elven, do you?
They,
Not
they,
really.
Yeah, that's what I
there
thought.
might be their own language. I don't.
It's
I'm
looking
not
like
aware
it.
of.
Or it just doesn't want to talk to us, which also fair.
That happens at times.
So
You guys can see that there's an orc. There's a couple of orcs that are like working the pens, like they're taking care of shit. You could possibly ask one of them.
I look over at Leovar.
Fuck. It's like, what?
Hey,
I don't
DM
want to go talk to them.
Hey, DM, go talk to yourself.
Shut up.
This whole camp is
Could you ask one of them
Leovar
why
talks
this
to-
thing is locked up at least? And if it might have any of the answers to our questions?
Okay. He walks over. He speaks to the orc for a little bit, and the orc just kind of like looks at him funny for a little bit. Says
Well-
a couple things.
While that's happening, I whisper to the knoll, if in case it does understand common. I'm sorry
How
if
close
that
do
was.
you
I will get close enough to the cage, still with my hands up. I look it in the eye, not intimidating, but with all sincerity. And I say, I'm sorry if your people were the ones that were hurt.
Roll a d20 diplomacy check at -5.
Okay. I don't have diplomacy.
I know.
Oh god.
Oh, fun.
Okay.
You also don't have charisma.
Yeah, I don't have charisma. Thank you for reminding me, Ezra.
You're welcome. You might have forgot it's been a while.
No, I knew.
She made her
I-
character.
That's a
I
pain
have
point.
To be fair,
8.
I don't think any of Brina's characters have ever had charisma.
Scarlet had like a.
8.
Oh, wait. Yeah.
That makes it so much
No.
fun to roleplay, though.
Didn't Gabe have a 10?
I think Gabe was the
Oh, yeah,
only one with
Gabe.
like a 10 or a
No,
12.
he had
Yeah.
a 12.
I
As
miss
he might have
Gabe.
12, yeah.
I
And
miss
Gabe still
Gabe.
had foot and mouth disease.
But he looked pretty.
Yes,
Hey, and
he
people loved him a little bit too much.
apparently.
Yeah, and he also broke people's hearts. Remember that?
He's a heartbreaker.
Thanks, Josh.
I tried to help you.
I know.
Sunk that ship.
I didn't know you'd go for the crazy one.
No kidding, right?
I got an 8. It was originally 13, but it's minus
Make a grapple
5.
attempt.
Okay,
Oh God,
it's fine.
this was gonna happen.
Fine. It's fine. It's not fine. It's an 11.
Oh boy.
That's what's
11.
your bonus. What did you roll?
A 2.
She was caught off guard. Oh god.
Let me check something really quick.
Oh dear.
I didn't think I was gonna win.
I was like, it's fine. It's fine. It's not fine.
Roll again.
I'm switching to my glass dice because these ones, like, they're just a straight roll.
Yep.
5.
Okay, you still beat me.
Okay.
So this thing reaches out and literally like scrapes your armor just a little bit, and you can tell that this thing is just roll sense motive real quick.
Okay. Do I have sense motive? No, I do not. But it is it's a wisdom. And I have a +1 in wisdom, guys. I have a chance here.
Nice.
I rolled a 1.
There it is.
Never mind. So this thing just reaches out towards you. You manage to just narrowly escape it as it tries to pull at you, and it lashes out a couple more times. You can tell that this thing is just fucking wants to kill you.
Can I try to
Can
grab her
I
and pull her
make a
back?
sense
No,
motive?
no,
to see if-
she just pops back.
Oh,
Like,
okay, good.
she's out of reach of it. Like, absolutely.
Can I make a sense motive to determine if there's like any?
Hostility.
No, not hostile. No, like sanity there.
You know what? Go ahead, but it's not gonna be a fun check.
Oh, because of the water and the crazy juice. Oh, okay.
22.
So
I rolled a 19.
It doesn't seem insane. It just seems, at least from what you can surmise from that quick outburst, this thing is just fucking angry. That's the best that you can get.
Okay, so it seems like there is some thought there, even if it's just.
Yeah, I mean, it waited. It waited until she got close. It didn't just lash out for no reason. Like, there's some intelligence there.
Okay, because I was just thinking, like, the last encounter we had with one of these things cores, like, mind-altering.
Yeah, no, that's fair. So, Leovar comes back after like 2 minutes, and he's just like, so there's not many people who speak, he calls it the Knoll language.
They do have their own.
But he said that some of the druids speak it, so if we want to drag a druid down here to speak to the thing.
Okay, how about we just go with the body?
Yeah, I'm not
guess.
thinking we're gonna get much out of this thing.
Maybe, who knows? I mean,
It was
If we get
probably
nothing else,
there.
maybe we'll come back.
Yeah, I'm fine with moving on to the next thing.
okay.
So, do we want to go?
Yeah, I'll
Check
take a
out.
look at the body, see if I can find anything. Or at least maybe
Yeah.
one of you will be able to identify what kind of creature it was.
If it's not disfigured enough.
Brina, I want you to roll a D100 for me.
Yay, I love doing these. I'm actually really good at D100 rolls. I don't know if this will be a good thing. Let's see. All that ASMR clinking. I rolled a 13. I don't know if that's a good or bad right
I
now.
was close. It's gonna be one of those if you're within 5 of the DM.
Yeah, let's do that. Brina, you hear a very raspy voice come from the Knoll's cage.
Okay.
Do you look towards it?
Yes.
Okay. So what you see when you look at the cage is there's this blue visage just in front of the knoll, and you can see this very giant wolf that has like these weapons sticking out of its back, like multiple. You see like a sword, a spear, some arrows, and you notice that there's blood leaking out the back of this wolf. And this wolf is huge. It's like not huge category, but I mean like it's like bigger than a horse. And you notice that its fangs and its mouth are just gigantic, and you see blood seeping out of it, and its eyes are like deep red, and they glow at you. And as it's glowing at, as it's looking at you, it says, "Be my vengeance." But it doesn't, like, its mouth doesn't move. You just hear these words in your head.
I'm assuming this might be the god.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
And it was pronounced. God. Can I try to say it again? Fuck. How do I pronounce it, David?
Vengarek.
Vengarek, I ask. Mentally, are you the spirit of the fallen?
I am the spirit of the forest.
I will see what I can do. I will not let their deaths be in vain.
Good.
Nobody else hears this, do they?
By the way, you guys just see Brina like looking at the cage and just fucking speaking words for some reason.
Like, I was thinking it, like, in my brain.
Okay, she's just looking at the cage.
Just staring at the cage.
Intently.
Like,
Menacingly!
I just
I
wait
I
and
would-
kind of like
I would
look.
like tug her leg. Like, tunk tunk.
We should probably get going.
Brina, as you're looking at this visage, the wolf reaches onto its back and pulls out what looks to be an arrow. And as it does, it spits it onto the ground. And it says, "Hunt the creature that shot this." And it disappears. You guys see an arrow just appear.
Plonk.
What just happened?
I think I was just visited by spirits. I slowly approached the cage again, just close enough to grab the arrow. Not breaking eye contact with the gnoll.
It actually scoots a little bit back from the metal bars.
Oh, scary.
I'm not here to hurt you. I'm not here to hurt you. I slowly pick it up. And I back away, slowly.
Okay.
I examine the arrow.
Do you have craft fletchery?
No, I have craft
really-
trap making. God damn it.
Why is it not what? Why is it so specific?
It's bow making.
Fucking.
Scarlet had it, but I'm not
I was
Scarlet
gonna
right
say if you were Scarlet.
now. What can I...
So, at minimum, what you can see is that this arrow is very oddly made. It's first off, it's for a longbow. You can tell that much. But it's quite big. Like, even for a longbow, this is like a fucking nasty-ass thick arrow.
It's not similar to the ones that our giant friend had.
No, because it's not an arrow of giant size
Okay,
quality.
okay.
This is like for a bow for a medium creature.
Okay.
Like, it's the same
Can I
size.
take a look at it?
Yeah,
I
go for
hand
it.
it over.
Do you have bow making?
I do not have bow making, but I do have an extensive knowledge of the great bows that were used against us.
Yeah, this isn't a great bow arrow either. It doesn't have the correct length. But for a long bow, like if you compared your arrows to this longbow arrow is like almost twice as thick. Like the arrow shaft is really dense, and the arrowhead is really, really finely crafted, but it's also much larger than normal arrowheads. Like a creature with massive strength would have to shoot this. Like,
Could I tell what material it's made out of at least?
I mean, it's made out of like a normal steel. It looks like it's definitely not orc made. You can tell that for sure. Like, this is actually made with someone who actually has some skill. But as far as like the wood, you don't recognize the wood.
Maybe some of the local hunters or
Our
scouts
druid
have
might be
dealt
able to
with it.
tell us where this wood's from.
Yeah, or that too. But maybe
Do you
the
have knowledge
scouts.
religion, Ezra, by the way?
Yes, very little.
Can you make me a knowledge religion check real quick? For no in particular reason.
No particular.
13?
Yeah, no, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Well, yeah, that spirit, we got another spirit, guys. We got another spirit.
Wonderful.
This one at least
This was complicated enough.
didn't mark me, at least.
It just asked for vengeance. I mean, it could have been a lot worse.
True.
It was like, yo, bro, fucking
Murder shit
give it.
work.
for me.
You had to do work.
Do what you were already gonna do, but do it for us.
Can I ask a quick favor? Can you just fuck up whoever fucked up my village, please?
You have to kill one of them with the arrow.
Let me fire
Karma.
this from a fucking crossbow.
I can think of worse ideas.
I mean, it's kind of a bolt if it's really thick already.
It doesn't sit correctly, though. The arrowhead's way too big. It won't sit correctly in a crossbow. Not to mention, long crossbow bolts are really short.
Yeah, she'll have to like hold her hand and like hold it
Oh,
up.
yeah, that's a really good idea. That's a fucking fantastic idea.
Well, worst case scenario, we know David is good at fletching. He might be able to do something with it, or let us know where it's from. Assuming we can talk to him in the near future.
I thought you were talking about David.
Yeah, I did too.
Not
for
David.
half a second. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, David's
a
the
guy.
master
When did-
fletcher.
Yeah, when did David pick up fletching? But yes,
I know we're making David and all of his many NPCs play with themselves, but
Alright, where do you guys go from here?
To the body, so I can fail that check too.
Right, so Leovar speaks to the nearest orc, and the orc kind of is annoyed at Leovar, you can tell, and points him in another direction, and Leovar just kind of goes like, okay. And he's like, follow me. I hate this. You guys spend another like 5-6 minutes walking, and you get to this really awful smelling area, and when you get there, you can see that there are bodies like just thrown about. There's like 3 stacks of bodies, and it smells absolutely atrocious here. Everyone make a fortitude save.
I was gonna say I tried to plug my nose.
I'm good.
You're a gnome, you get -2 on this save.
God damn it!
Don't we get +2 with our fortitude, Ezra? Because we're dwarves.
It's not a poison.
Not poison.
Okay. Could be
17.
toxic as fuck. 16.
Jess?
sorry, one sec.
1,
Rude.
2.
Rude.
It's been like 5.
12.
God forbid you just look at your character sheet.
I'm trying to find it
I
on
know,
this
it's
thing, and I
just
can't find it.
It's just funny. I'm watching you like scroll, and then it goes like, picked up character sheet.
Yeah, because I can't. It's not on here.
Well, whose fault is that?
The apps.
Or yours?
Shut
So what was it?
12.
12,
17.
17, Ez?
26.
Oh, okay. And then Brina?
16.
Okay, so everyone's fine except for the elf.
Fuck.
So you just start like,
Vomit noises. Well,
Don't do it. Don't do it. Please. I can't.
almost vomit
No.
noises.
No. No.
The
do you
wonderful
dare to try
smell of
and stay in
cadaver.
here?
No, I'll wait outside, and she just turns and goes, just books it. It's funny because I keep forgetting I'm not the healer now.
All right, so you guys head over to. Well, there's just a bunch. There's like 4 orcs in here, and they're like moving bodies, and you notice that there's a large pile of bodies. You're not sure what they are. Like some of them look human. There's another body, or there's another pile of bodies of what look to be like animal carcasses. And then there's like a third pile of what looks to just be like bones and other like stuff. And you can see several orcs are literally just going to town and like chopping stuff up.
Awesome.
Leovar just kind of goes like, I think we're in the right place, but
I would imagine so with all the bodies around.
But I mean, which one would we have to? Who would we have to talk to about finding the right body?
Looking at
There's a
things,
lot.
is there anything that looked like a corrupted sort of creature, or not really anything that looks unnatural?
make a spot check.
Shit. 10.
You don't see anything. Leovar kind of goes like, let me just go ask somebody. God damn it. He walks off. He talks to one orc. Orc points him in a different direction. He walks up to a different orc. Orc points him in a different direction. He walks up to another orc, and that orc kind of goes like shrugs and points like to like a corner of a pile, and he just kind of like, and he walks back over and he kind of goes like, apparently they wrapped it up in a hide over there. He goes, I don't want to touch it. If you want to touch it, have fun.
Be my guest.
No, you be my guest. I ain't touching that shit.
So yeah, I'll go over to the hide-wrapped corpse.
Okay, so next to the pile of animal bodies, there's this large hide. It looks like obviously some large animal that they killed. And there's a body. There's something wrapped up in it. Do you want to check it out?
Hell yeah.
Okay, so when you unwrap it, you see what looks to be a very large deer. It's still, like, it's not abnormally large. I would just say it's on the bigger side of being a deer. However, you notice that there are burn marks all over the deer. It's scorched on its front side and on its underbelly, and there are pieces of it missing. Exactly what from? Not sure, but it doesn't look like it's in a good condition. Will you make me a heal check?
15? Would there be any applicable, like, use of my monster harvesting shit?
It's a deer. If you want to harvest something off of a deer, feel free.
Well, I would just, like, would that help at all is my question.
It's not going to tell you what killed it. Your monster harvesting's more for, like, figuring out how to get pieces off without messing it up. It's not going to tell you, like, how these things were damaged. It's not exactly what it's used for.
Fair enough.
Okay, you said you got a 15?
Yep.
So, what you can tell is this was definitely done by, obviously, fire, which is weird because you haven't really seen any fire in the forest, but this was obviously done by something that spews fire in some way, shape, or form. As far as what it looks like, from the best of your abilities, you can tell that it kind of looks like some sort of, like, burst of fire hit this creature, as well as there were bite marks, but the bite marks don't exactly line up with what you've seen in certain creatures out here. Like, it doesn't look like a wolf bite or a bear bite or any animal. But with your lack of, like, nature knowledge, you're not sure exactly what type of creature could have done this.
Okay. Fun. Well, at least we know whatever looking for breathes or deals something with fire.
Okay,
So I'll wrap it back up and head out.
So, I mean, there's a potential we're dealing with a dragon.
There's
I mean, I
probably a
doubt it,
dragon.
but...
Or something that could just wield fire. I mean, some of y'all could just wield fire for just no fucking reason.
But a dragon does wield fire, so there's always a chance. I'm hoping not.
Yeah.
Well, I really doubt it's a dragon.
Yeah.
Because, that there would be probably a lot less of the deer there, and probably a lot more scorch marks.
Yeah, it's not... the scorch marks are present, but it's not like... It wasn't, like, immolated. Like...
Yep. So, yeah, we'll head out.
Okay. Where do you guys go from here?
Did we want to check with the herbalist, or...
I mean, might as well, I suppose. The deer had burn marks on it.
Burn marks?
Yeah.
Yeah,
More or less.
whatever we're dealing with probably has some sort of corruption with fire.
Was there any magic residue on it?
I didn't think to check that.
Because if there's magic residue, then, I mean, spellcraft usually is at the time of the cast, but...
I could attempt to detect magic.
If you want to, that's just a thought. Otherwise, yeah, let's definitely go look for the herbalist or fisherman or whatever. There's also the hunter.
Or the monkey.
Let's look for the hunter, because then maybe the hunter can also tell us something about that arrow. Potentially.
Sure.
That's very fair.
Okay, so you guys go to the hunter.
Hey.
Okay. Takes you a little bit of time, but you guys find the hunter. As you find the hunter, you can see that he has a large kind of hut. You notice it's larger than most of the other huts, and you notice that there are lots of skins out front of all different creatures and different stuff like that. And you see that there's one kind of big orc. And surprisingly, as far as the orcs go, he seems to be different than most of the orcs, because when he sees you, he kind of waves, which most of the orcs don't even like do that for
I
you guys.
happily wave.
And he's drinking out of what looks to be the skull of some sort of bear,
What the fuck?
and he just sips out of it, and he's wearing like what looks to be different animal hides and stuff like that, and he's got this large scar on his head and everything else, and he just waves at you.
I can
happily
barely
wave.
handle it. I can barely handle it. I can barely handle it.
I'm gonna go grab a Coke.
It's the skull.
Do you want some
of it.
rum on top of that?
Watch, it's Oso skull. It has some orc dreads in there.
Oh my god.
Are
Are
we
you gonna
though?
Technically, Josh isn't yet.
for real? You know
I
you
miss
missed
you,
it,
Brina.
Dave. No worries.
I missed you guys.
This is
Oh.
part of us, though.
Yep. And you're just gonna get more of it
You
soon
guys are
enough.
like children to me. I love you for your flaws.
Damn.
Oh god, this is fantastic.
I love the parts of you that you may not love. That doesn't mean I like them. It just means I accept them.
Love in spite of. I missed it, Brina, even if it's cringy.
Well, you know me, full of cringe.
It just makes it better. Cause like puns, they make me die a little bit inside, but they're also funny. But I do die a little bit. Okay, I think we're all back now. So we're all ready to wave and say hi to the hunter. And I guess I would,
He just waves and
yeah, I would ask,
Hello.
like, do you happen to speak common?
he goes, yes,
Oh,
one of the few.
one of the few indeed.
Oh.
I kind of like pat Leovar's shoulder. You don't have to translate for us now.
Yay! He stands in the back.
I kind of look over at Thera. Did you want to bring over the arrow?
Yeah. Did you still have it, Basram? Or did you hand it back to me?
I had it back.
Okay. I pull it out of my quiver of Alona. I'm pretty sure I had a quiver.
Do you guys walk up to him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So he's standing on his front porch and he kind of like sits down. He's just like, I've heard about you lot. Kind of weird seeing points to all of you.
Yep.
Yeah, I know they are pretty weird, aren't they?
You're included in that, little man.
I know, I figured.
Yeah.
My name is
He
Theradred.
just sips. You just hear him kind of drink out of his skull. Just
And you are good, sir.
yeah.
What's your name?
Oh, right. Sorry. Common's not really my first language.
You're fine.
Name's Henrex.
Nice to meet you, Henrix. I'm Theradred.
Okay, Tread. What you
Oh.
need?
I pull out the arrow. Do you know anybody who wields arrows like these? Could you
Yeah, there's
tell
a whole
me?
bunch of orcs that shoot bows.
This was one of the arrows that took out the Null encampment.
Oh, one of those bastard ass arrows. Yeah, he picks it up and he's like, Wait, where'd you get this?
From a vengeful spirit.
Magic.
Whatever. Take that for a second.
Do you know anybody who wields arrows like this or a bow to be big enough to wield it like that?
He kind of looks at it for a second, and he kind of goes like, So, the thing with this arrow is whoever made it, he looks at it from all different angles, kind of tests it a little bit, and you see him kind of bend it a little bit, and he just kind of goes like, whoever made this was obviously a pretty good bowsmith. He goes, I wish I could get arrows made like this, but I don't recognize the quality from anywhere around here. He goes, it ain't elfin. He goes, I know it ain't elfin. Elfins don't. He kind of flicks the arrow shaft. He kind of goes, elves like to have thin little prickly shits. He kind of goes, this is a little bit too beefy for that. And he kind of goes, and orcs can't make a straight arrow to save their fucking lives. So it ain't that. And he kind of goes, the humans wouldn't be able to pull a bow strong enough to shoot this thing. So, but outside of that, I don't know. Hands it back to you.
Could you tell us what type of wood it might be? Because it's nothing I'm familiar with. It doesn't look like ash.
I'm a hunter. I'm not really someone who spends my life looking at wood.
Understandable. I put it away.
I don't work with the stuff.
Yeah.
He goes, these are my canvases, and he points to all the dead animals.
That
Fair
is
enough.
understandable.
I guess on to the next reason why we're here.
Yeah.
We're looking to hunt some of the creatures that are causing problems. Know
Good.
anything about them?
Well, I can tell you about one. Well, I can sort of tell you about two. First one, there's a giant forest sloth that's in the forest that's super pissed off. If you want to go take care of that, that would be a great boon, because I can't hunt there anymore, because that thing's fucking wild and savage. And before you make any fucking joke about how sloths are slow, you have not seen a forest sloth, so that thing will fucking tear you apart.
What's a sloth?
And these are the people
Yeah, I
that
don't
were
know
supposed to
this
be
one.
helping us? You don't know what fucking
Yeah, I
sloth
don't know
is?
what the fuck a sloth is either.
I'm from the southern forest. I'm not from
Make a
around
nature
here.
check. You actually might know.
I might know. Okay.
Yeah.
I
never
am
mind.
from under the mountain, bro.
Yeah,
Oh, I might know actually.
I lived under a rock before. Yes.
22.
Okay, so you've heard of forest sloths, and forest sloths are like prime aspects of nature. Like they are just a very old. They are a sloth that is pretty much extinct for all intents and purposes. Like there might be small pockets here and there, but there aren't that many left. But they are very, very dangerous. Like on the scale of like actual like on a scale of like animals being dangerous, they're like top tier. Like they're very scary and angry.
Okay, so recant about I don't know what a sloth is. Did you say a forest sloth?
Yeah, I didn't stutter. Like I said, I didn't want to deal with it. I saw it and I got the hell out of there. So,
I don't blame you.
yep.
That's something you don't mess with.
Oh, at least not one that you live.
No. Okay. What's the other thing?
He goes,
Or things?
I caught a monkey thing.
A monkey thing?
Leovar kind of goes like, ha! I did read it right. Is it big? He kind of goes, yeah, kinda. I got it right. Ha. Anyways, continue. Orc just kind of shrugs. What the fuck is he on about?
He was able to read writing.
The orc kind of leans in. We can write.
The chieftain's sister can,
Well,
Oh, that makes sense.
apparently.
technically it's the chieftain's daughter. Both of them are kind of co-leading.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm viewing Ragnar as the chieftain because, well, ignorance, and he's the one we've dealt with the most.
Active chieftain?
We've
for the
dealt
time
with
being?
both kind of equally, but
Yeah. Because I've been mostly dealing with the druid.
Yeah, he's been the.
He seems to make the more macro decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Can we go see the monkey? Is that what's been attacking?
It's one of the things that's been attacking.
Okay.
The forest sloth has been attacking shit too.
Yeah.
Do either of the things wield fire?
No.
They're animals.
I mean, animals can
Yeah,
shoot
corrupted
fire.
animals potentially with whatever this Marketon thing is.
Look, I'm gonna be flat honest with you. When I saw the forest sloth, I left. I didn't stop to ask it, hey, can you fucking throw fire?
Reasonable. I don't know if you saw it hunting anything or the remnants.
No, I saw
thereof,
it.
so-
It saw me. I left quickly.
Fair. Smart.
And the monkey thing just... I managed to catch one, and I regret it.
Why?
You know what? Come inside. You'll see.
Okay.
No.
And I guess I follow him inside?
All right. So you get inside this hut, and you see it's actually a really nice hut. For orc standards, this is actually pretty nice. It's actually laid out, has some organization to it. You see arrows, you see spears, you see skulls up on the wall. You notice that there are lots more pelts in here. And this whole hut is actually very warm. Like, it's actually very warm in here, and there's like a nice fire going. And he like throws open this hatch on the bottom, and he's like, follow me down. And the second he opens up the hatch, you can hear just this loud like, wah, 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 and you just hear like all this noise, and he's just like,
I
Come
now
on.
understand. And I just follow.
all right.
That's it. Now makes plenty.
So you get downstairs, and downstairs you see that there's like tables and blood and like not orc carcasses, but animal carcasses that are like hung upside down. They're bleeding and all this other stuff. And then there's like this section of cages, and you notice in the cages there are multiple other types of animals. There's like small cats and birds and dogs and all this other stuff. And then off in the right-hand corner, there's this big steel cage, and inside there's this fucking thing. Like, it's like this big blue kind of monkey-looking thing, and it's just fucking bouncing around, fucking making noise, rattling the cage, and just making an absolute racket. Just... and you're just like, it is like literally all the other animals fucking no noise compared to this one fucking creature in the corner. And he's just like, I've been deciding how I want to kill it lately, but I was told not to by the druids. But I am upward. I haven't fed it in like 2 days. I'm hoping it runs out of energy at a certain fucking point.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Why not
Maybe.
drug it then? Like,
So
With
I
food.
have tried to do a lot of things to this thing, and it does not fucking want any part of it.
Okay.
Or it doesn't work. So,
Interesting.
I guess it's a screamer monkey. I don't know.
I don't...
Do I know what kind of monkey this is by chance?
it's not a bear on cocaine, it's a monkey on speed.
It's a monkey on meth.
Meth monkey.
Who has Knowledge Arcane?
No.
I do.
Okay, roll it. And you have Knowledge Nature, right?
Yeah.
Add 5 to your check because you have that.
Nice. 23.
Okay, somehow. So, you know that this creature's actually called a gamble. And a gamble is a kind of rare baboon-like primate. They stand like fucking 9 feet tall, and they have like purple blue skin, and they have an elongated jaw that's hairless with like a dog-like muzzle, and they have like yellow eyes and these ears that kind of like hook around. And you know that these creatures they generally hunt in packs, and they're fucking wildly savage. Like, they are fucking territorials, all get up. And on top of that, they're fucking fast. Like, abnormally fast. Like, magically fast.
Got it.
So they are fucking awful. How he caught one, who the fuck knows? But they're awful.
I kind of just look at the monkey, and then I look at the orc, and then I look at the How did you catch that?
4 bear traps and a spear to his chest.
That's called a gamble, right?
Yeah.
The spear didn't kill it?
Gambol. Gamble.
Yeah, that's called a gamble.
I call it annoying and nearly fucking dead in my book.
Yeah. So yeah, they usually hunt in packs. I'm assuming there were multiple that you guys were dealing with.
Well, no, it was in 3 bear traps.
Got it.
And then it wouldn't shut up, so I stabbed it with a spear, and it still didn't die, so I drug it back here, and the thing fucking healed.
Yeah, it's magic.
Wonderful.
Really savage. Magically fast.
You know that it shouldn't heal, though. It's not normal.
Yeah, but you said it healed?
Yeah.
That is weird. They aren't supposed to do that. So
Look, I had a spear wound in its chest. It doesn't anymore, and I certainly as fuck wasn't going in there to help it.
I kind of take a step or two towards the cage, and I say in Sylvan, "Would you talk if I could talk?"
Oh no, these things aren't intelligent.
Okay, they're not at all.
Fucking,
Okay, never
they're
mind.
just fucking animals that are fucking magically amped.
I wasn't sure if
No, these are not intelligent. They're just
dang.
wild, mean fucking bamboos.
So it's not cocaine, it's magic PCP.
Oh, Jesus.
Baboons.
I'll attempt to handle animal it.
So you know you get a -4 because it's not an actual animal, right?
Oh, really?
Yes.
It's a magical
It's a
beast.
magical beast.
Oh, damn it.
You can try
You
anything.
can still try it.
It's just because I have handle animal, I forgot I had
It's
handle
9
animal.
foot tall. Remember
It's a
that.
9-foot tall fucking baboon.
I'm not going into the
Have
cage
fun.
with it. I'm not going into the
Baboon.
I'm just trying to be like,
Have
it's
you
okay.
seen
Calm
bamboo
down.
baboon's teeth?
I'm not going near it.
Would you guys like to see a picture of this?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
I want to see it.
Yeah, I was tempted to look it up.
I mean,
Well, don't look up
Just
the
look
stat
up the
block. That's
picture.
cheating. Well, it wouldn't help you too much anyways. I changed them, so.
ha.
Oh, there you go.
Oh God.
It's really
Yeah,
nice.
fuck that thing.
Yeah, fuck that thing. It's very dark. I thought it was
Wait,
that
I
at first, and I was like, what?
Couldn't get a really good look at it.
Here, let me.
April, would you like to see it? Okay.
Yeah, as I say.
Can we have a really shitty
Okay,
drawing
that's
of a
hella
monkey
weird.
bouncing off the bars?
Did you see it, Brina?
Yeah, Ezra shared a picture with me. It's kind of weird looking.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very. Ugh.
Big blue
Leovar plugs
steroids.
his ears, and he's just like, "Can we leave here? This thing's giving me a headache." As
Yeah.
it's just still fucking bouncing off.
I try to get it to calm down with a 18.
That's after your -4?
Yeah, because I
Shit.
have handle animal.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I
It's being
have
quiet.
heal. It's not good.
It's not good.
What'd you get?
I got an 18 altogether.
It calms down for 1 second.
Huh?
It looks like what? And then just starts again.
Yep.
I like brighten up as it calms down. I'm like, oh, damn.
Well, you tried. Let's leave.
Yeah. Are those normal around the forest?
No, I've never actually seen one before.
They're fairly rare. Like, not super rare, but they are not common in forests typically. They're really savage. They are going to be as much of an issue as the sloth, possibly.
You said it healed?
I mean, if it had a spear in
uh,
its chest, yeah.
Vera. got anything small fire you could do to it?
I kind of look at the orc. Can I hurt it?
Dude, please.
This.
Think I give a fuck? I want this thing dead. If you heard it, at least I can tell Garlny that you did it, not me.
I just want to know if fire is gonna affect these things.
This seems a little mean, but
I was waiting for that to happen. I was waiting for that. I was just staring at Vera the whole time. Like, there it is. Okay, there it is.
I mean, I'll do it.
Do it.
Is real. Huh?
Do it. Do it.
Lord.
Do it.
I'm gonna just scorching ray it.
Oh, God!
It's the lowest thing that's not touching it. I'm not gonna burning hands it.
Make a
Yeah,
touch
we also
check.
don't want to light anything else on fire.
I mean, a ray is a ray. It goes direct.
Make a touch attack.
Yeah, but I mean, burning hands is an AoE spell.
That's
Yeah.
true.
You don't have the 0 level. Is there a 0 level flame spell?
No. Not in
Okay,
3.5,
forgive
there is in
me.
5th.
Because I've forgotten how to play again. What do I roll for touch?
A D20 plus base attack plus dex.
Space attack.
And you have 2, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
I
she has
forget
2.
what.
She's
Oh
a
yeah,
bit-
never mind. We made them be 3d6 instead of 4.
Okay.
Can I opt to do just one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can always make it less as a fireball. Like, at least I think so. I think you can.
We've always
downpower it.
played that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
you,
not?
Like,
you
why
may
wouldn't you be able to?
fire one ray plus one additional ray.
Yeah. No, you
So
can
it's- it
downpower
sounds
it. You can't downpower the strength of it
Yeah.
because it just does that damage. But
So yeah, I'll just do one.
okay.
So D20. I didn't roll great, so 15.
Oh, that might actually be bad with how fast this is.
Yeah. Because if its dex is unnaturally high,
You
then
got 15.
I got 15.
You hit it.
Oh, sweet. Nice. Okay. So 3d6. Nine damage.
Right. You hit it. And it kind of like makes even more noise and fucking rattles about and just fucking goes even more crazy. And you notice it actually kind of like speeds up and kind of like fucking sonics itself off the walls.
I reach into my pocket and I pull out 2 little tufts. I have earplugs and I put them in my ears.
Yeah, this thing just goes fucking wild, and the orc just kind of sits there and just like, "Ah."
I kind of just, while I'm there, can I spellcraft or maybe Arcana? Whatever would be if it's healing or not.
Too bad we don't
It doesn't
have
look
some
pretty good.
magical
Okay.
poisonable apples. It would have starved to death quicker. And you guys
Just give
say
it
I'm
the
evil.
apples.
Oh god.
Baboon just eats the apple. Baboon just fucking goes wild ape shit. Even more wild ape shit.
Well, it would eventually die because it would starve to death. Eventually.
It's very true.
So I take out one and I look at the orc. So it looks like you'll be able to kill it with fire.
Sorry, what?
Just fireball. Just
He
fireball.
literally is just like, he can't even focus. He's like, what?
Let's go up.
Yeah, fine. And you guys go upstairs.
Yeah.
And the second he closes it, you notice the sound like is very
Yeah.
dampened, and he's just like, okay, what?
I just take the other one out too. You'll be able to kill it with fire.
Wonderful.
So
I'm not allowed to kill it yet.
But who knows? Maybe it might heal from that later. I don't know.
do I know
Healing
how
over
regeneration
time.
and fast heal works?
I mean, yeah, it should be immediate. That's not.
Oh, okay.
Fast healing doesn't wait, it just does. Same with regeneration, it doesn't wait, it just does.
But like if you damage it with what it's overcome by, then that doesn't heal.
Yeah, that would take time.
Yeah. So it will naturally heal, but if this other magic side of it is overcome by fire, it will not heal quickly. it'll be like normal.
Did it heal quickly from the spear?
Huh? No.
Wait, what?
Didn't heal like immediately from the spear.
Okay.
It's just eventually just healed up.
So if we come back in like an hour, would that be enough
Look,
time for
I
to
stabbed
heal
it
from
with
the
a fucking spear. I brought it back here. It had like 3 bear traps on it. I gnarled those all off, threw it in a cage. I thought it was gonna die. Next day I wake up and it looked pretty much fine. It was bouncing off all the fucking walls.
So basically, you gave it a long rest for it to recover its HP.
Sure, I thought it was nearly dead. I didn't think it was gonna be a fucking whatever it is.
Fair.
Come see if the fire wound is healed in an hour or so. We'll check it out then.
Okie dokie. Anything else I could do for you?
I think that was it. Thank you for enduring that. It was a lot of good information that we needed.
Alright, where do you guys go now?
I guess let's go see if the druid can tell us anything about this wood.
Do we want to go back there? Or do we want to try to find the herbalist fisherman?
Meh. Your call.
The herbalist might know wood.
Possibly. I think first we should try to find them. I look at Leovar, sorry.
He walks up to Henrex. Hey, Henrex, where's the herbalist? He kind of like raises an eyebrow and he kind of goes, the what? Person who picks stuff in the fort. Oh, points kind of like down the way. That's where we keep all of our like gathered stuff. Kind of goes.
Is there a person that happens to collect fish?
Yeah, why?
Oh,
Oh boy.
where are they at?
He points the other direction.
Oh, okay. So we might have to look at both.
Okay,
Yeah.
you half go that way, you half go that way. We'll meet back up here in the middle. Break.
We only have one translator. We're all
Shit.
going
Speak
one way.
common.
God damn it.
Shit.
You have to go that way. You have to go that way, Luvar. Okay, so you guys aren't doing anything.
Let's do the herbalist first, yeah?
Some of them might speak common. I mean, he just spoke common.
He's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
He also said one of the few.
Okay, you guys head off to the herbalist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who would like to roll D100?
I'll roll.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. What shenanigans we get into next. Almost the fun number. 67.
Okay. So you get to the herbalist. You can see that this is a large. This structure doesn't fit the rest of the orc structures at all. This is actually what looks to be a steel building with glass. Although, like 90% of the glass is broken in some way, shape, or form. But it is a steel building with glass.
Like a greenhouse almost?
It looks like it was a greenhouse at some point.
Interesting.
As you walk up to it, you're Elven, right?
Yep.
Roll a d20.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I rolled a nat 20.
Okay, you can recognize this as Elven architecture.
Very just like frantically looks around at the building and
It's
She's
very
like-
old, like very, very old, and obviously hasn't been well kept. Go figure.
this is Elven.
Leovar kind of goes like, well, I mean, I could make an educated guess because I don't think half-orcs or orcs can make glass.
I mean, fair, but this is really, really old. Anyway,
Yeah, so you are at the Elven greenhouse.
I guess let's go in. This is very strange, but I wonder what elves lived here. So we go in.
This is Elven?
Yeah, it's elven make. It's very old.
I do a knowledge history
Sure.
/ geography. I don't know if it'd help. Or my knowledge local would help.
Knowledge history.
26.
With your knowledge history, you know that it would probably be a northern elf thing. How old it is, it's fucking old. Like, it's got to be hundreds of years old. The fact that it's still standing, testament to elven structure. But that does lead you to question, where are all the other buildings?
And why is it made out of metal?
Not uncommon.
Oh, okay.
Some elven buildings do have metal structure in them, since greenhouses are very kind of like sparse. They don't need a bunch. So, all right. So you walk in. When you walk in, you can see that there are 3 orcs in here. 2 of them seem to be tending different plants and such, and you can see they're actually kind of growing gardens in here. And there is one orc who's wearing a funny hat. And has gloves on and kind of looks like the cheap set of Walmart gear that you would get for like gardening.
But with a funny hat.
Mm-hmm.
That's adorable.
What sort of funny hat?
Like, looks like a straw hat that was possibly sized for a human, but he's just kind of like squished his head into it. So instead of it being like an actual straw hat, it's kind of turned into like a
straw beanie.
Yeah, more or less.
Wow. Wow.
This is what real farmers wear.
So, do you walk up to that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of like give. Can I tell if it's a man or a woman?
It looks to be a guy.
Fine. I just give him like a wave and say hello.
He smiles, but like it's awful. Like it's just like teeth that are mangled and nasty with fangs.
Fair.
And he waves back, but kind of like weird. Like
Fair.
he doesn't know exactly what you're doing. He's sort of mimicking it.
But he's obviously not threatening, which is a win. I look over at Leovar. I'm gonna need help translating. I'm sorry.
Go talk to him in Elven. See if that works. He's in an Elven building.
Yeah, that's fair. I switch over to Elven. Do you speak Elven?
He actually says back in Elven, nothing sensible. He says Elven words, but it roughly translates to dog, trash paper, I like blue, and hello.
Oh, okay. I get what you mean. At first, I thought you meant like he says nothing
words,
sensible.
Yeah.
I was gonna be like, oh.
No, he just says garbly-gook in Elven.
Okay.
I look at Leovar.
It sounds great.
You speak Elven, you know that's garbage.
It sounds like if I tried to speak Elven.
It's like an Elven,
fine.
Elven
He
first
speaks
grader.
in Orc, and the Orc just kind of looks at him and speaks back in Orc. What do you want?
We want to know about that arrow and if he knows anything about the creatures attacking.
He takes the arrow. He asks him, and the guy kind of
About the wood.
He shakes his head and he goes like, "Do you know any points at the thing?" And the Orc kind of looks at it and kind of goes, shakes his head, and he just kind of goes like, he doesn't know anything about the arrow or the wood.
Okay, perfect. And then just if he knows anything about the creatures.
Attacking. Or it was supposed to be the fisherman.
True, if he doesn't know anything, if he can just... Oh no, we already know where the fisherman is, never mind. So, continue.
So he kind of goes, you see him and Leovar talk for a little bit, and Leovar kind of like stops for a second, and you see him, Leovar repeats something like 3 times to him, and he answers the same way every time, and Leovar just kind of goes like, what? Like he says in common, he's like, what the what?
Uh,
Okay. Yes, he knows something about some creatures.
What does he know?
I think he's using the wrong word. I don't believe him.
What word is he using?
He said he saw more of him.
More gnomes?
More gnomes? I take off my helmet.
Yeah, he used the word gnome in orc, which is a weird word. That's why I checked several times.
Has he seen them before?
He says he sees them sometimes.
Can we go see the gnomes?
I think he's wrong.
Where were they at?
Out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Can you point and give us decent directions, maybe?
He asks him, and he goes like, he can't take us there because he's not allowed to go over there anymore because there's something dangerous over there.
Yeah, gnomes are dangerous.
So he kind of goes like, he has approximate direction.
Okay,
but
I mean that'll help.
we're not here to see gnomes.
Why not?
That is literally not our job.
It might not be gnomes, like you said. There are other...
I pray to God it's not.
But they could help us figure out
You
what's
just want to
going
see other
on.
gnomes.
If they're good gnomes, there are bad... There are bad people of our races. That 100% exists.
Knowledge history, using my gnome history, because I don't know if in your world you have like the chaotic gnomes or...
Oh, Snurflibrins?
Yeah, like, is that a thing in your world, or if I would even know about them? Oh, okay.
There are evil gnomes, like they exist.
Well, yeah, like
but
gnomes that are
no,
evil, but like
Snurflibrins
not like
don't
evil race of gnomes.
No, it's...
All I just heard was Smurfs.
Yeah,
Or
they're called
Smurfs.
Snurflibrins or something like that, and they're fucking weird.
Just
But no,
Smurfs.
they don't exist.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not adding Snurflibrins because I hate that word.
But I mean, they could still be like good gnomes that just attack orcs.
Why does the city know nothing about them?
Maybe the word's being translated wrong and it's something else. But
Anyway, it's good to know that something like that exists in that general direction. Let's go talk to the fisherman.
Okay. You...
I asked Leovar to say thank you,
He says thank you.
and I wave again.
But he also the guy also pointed at me, more of me.
Yeah, creatures can look like you.
Could be goblins.
Yeah.
I don't look like a goblin.
If I put a goblin in enough armor...
I don't.
If I put a goblin in enough armor next to you...
I took off my helmet. We're just roughly the same size. That's like saying I look like a halfling.
You do.
Kind of.
I do not look like a halfling. I'm a gnome. There's a big difference between halflings and gnomes.
I traveled with halflings for like 12 years.
You're just blind. There's a big difference.
I'm an elf!
Nah, you're just blind. Doesn't matter. You can be an elf with bad eyes.
That's very
There's
rare.
some gnomes with no tempo.
Like you.
If Django was here, he would back that.
I'm sorry, I also don't see the resemblance for halfling. Gar's a little too weird to be a halfling.
Specifically points out halfling, not goblin. Yeah, he doesn't look like a halfling. Oh.
You're fighting a losing battle here, Gar.
Everyone here's so mean.
No, I meant that as a
You're
compliment.
nice.
But you have an 8 charisma, right? So that came across perfectly.
that comes across like that.
Don't worry, you don't look like a halfling, Leobar. Doesn't mean you don't look like a goblin.
God damn it.
All right, so do you guys go to the fisherman?
Yeah.
All right, so you get to the fisherman's hut. You can see that it is very empty. It's a very small hut, and there's a single old-looking orc sitting out front. And when he sees you, he just kind of like yells something at you.
In orc.
Yep. Leovar kind of goes like... He doesn't want to talk to us.
Is it like a get off my lawn?
Kinda.
go away. I mean, do you want to just ask him from afar?
He gives it his best shot, and the orc just yells some more, and he kind of goes like, he doesn't want to talk to us.
Okay. We tried. I mean, I guess now we could go... Do we want to go talk to the druid about the arrow?
Sure, you guys want
Honestly,
to go back?
finding about the arrow is probably going to be our best shot.
Ha.
Ba-bum-bum.
Maybe she can cast one of those ritual things and show us who shot it. Or know who shot it.
Ooh. On that,
So do you
would
guys
I
go back
know-
to the lodge?
Yeah.
Dave, would I
Yeah.
know if I could, use locate object to find the bow that shot that arrow?
No. Because locate object has a very limited spell range, I believe. It's not very far.
Yeah, it's within a 1,000 feet, but
What happens if it's in the little village? Or the encampment?
I'll be honest.
Da,
Locate
da,
object's,
da.
locate object's not a
Wow.
spell that I've looked up a whole bunch, so give me
it's got 1,000-foot radius.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to find it because you don't have a clear idea of the object that you're looking at, and you have to have a specific thing in mind. You can't be like, hey, I have an object, find the object that goes to this object. You have to say something very specific.
There.
So, if you had seen the bow, and then you're just like, I need to find that bow, then yeah.
It was worth the shot.
So you guys head back to the lodge?
Yeah.
All right, you get back to the lodge. What do you guys do?
Is the druid in the lodge?
Yep, she appears to be working something on in the back.
Does it look like it's something that requires her focus?
She's standing over a table with what looks to be like another orc, and they seem to be discussing something.
Alright, I guess we'll approach.
All right, so you get back to her. She looks at you when you approach and kind of goes, is there something I can help you with?
Apologies for bothering you again, but you're the only one in the encampment that I think might know the answer to this, and I'll gesture to Thera.
The spirit Bengarak has come to visit me. I hand over the arrow. It is asked. Go ahead.
She looks over it for a bit, and she kind of goes like, I have never quite seen an arrow like this before. Where did you get it?
The spirit handed it to me, said to find the one who wields arrows like these. It's not of any wood I've ever known, and it's much more durable, more thicker than any arrows I've ever seen. And I don't really wield these type of arrows. Do you know anybody or anything about this type of wood? Or
A really strong, medium-sized humanoid.
I have not seen arrows like this before. Give me a moment. What spirit gave it to you?
the spirit of the hunt, the Vengarak? I give a basic description of the blue wolf.
It sounds like he truly did reach out to you. One moment. She takes the totem down off the wall and places it in a bowl. And you notice she mixes up some different herbs and slices open what looks to be like a rat and puts the guts in there and then proceeds to light it. And when it lights, you see this purple sort of haze kind of start billowing out of the bowl. And she holds the bowl for a second and says, she hands it to you, Brina, and says, if the spirit talked to you, you must try to reach out and talk to it. I can't. You seem to have a stronger connection with it. So drink from the smoke and hopefully it'll tell you more.
So, I deeply inhale. I don't know if there's actual liquid. Is there liquid?
Yeah.
Oh god, rat juice. I will drink.
Truff champ.
It's probably not as
Oh my
bad as
God.
the cadavers. It's a fresh dead rat, at least. Better than cadaverifics.
All right, so you reach out and drink it, and as you drink it, it's absolutely horrendous. But as you drink it, you feel your vision sort of like fade, and make 3 forts for me,
Oh God.
and make a will.
What?
Does
Okay.
her poison help?
Yeah, this is poison.
Okay.
Okay, give me a minute. 3 forts and a will. Oh, jeez, guys. Okay. We're
You're
gonna
good
clear,
on the first 3, hopefully.
we're gonna clear a path here because I'm using all my metal dice, and then I'm gonna use my glass one for the will. Okay. Un momento. Okay. So for the first fort, 21.
You're fine.
Second fort, 17.
You're good.
Okay, third fort, 29.
You're good.
And then for the will, 21.
Shit.
All right, you're good. So you drink this stuff in, and you feel like this. It's very disgusting. Like your stomach turns, and you feel like this kind of like this bubbling sensation in your stomach for a slight bit.
Oh,
And then
God.
when you take the final inhale of this purple smoke, you feel your mind kind of like fuzz out, and you see what looks to be these creatures flying in the air, and they fly down very quickly, and in a split moment you can see these things. It's like you're almost reliving a death. And when you see these creatures, they kind of look like gnolls, but they have giant wings. But the main difference also with that is they don't have normal legs. They have like these kind of chicken-like bird lower legs, and they have a bow. And the bow, you notice, in the last moment before the vision ends, the creature actually holds the bow with its talons on its feet, and you see it pull the bowstring back with both hands, and they have one of those arrows, and they let it loose, and then you feel like your body get hit by this arrow, and then you come back.
Ugh.
Make another fort, by the way.
Oh God. Okay. Fortitude. To not throw up. 15.
All right, you up, Chuck.
Nice.
Oh God. I saw what killed the what killed the gnolls, but I've never seen flying gnolls with chicken parts.
She kind of goes like, I've never heard of such a thing before.
Bardic knowledge?
Sure.
They look like gnolls, except for its legs
No.
were like that of a very aviary race. Yellow, and it had wings, and it was wielding the bows with its legs and its talons.
Weird.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
So at the very least, whatever it is flies.
Fuck. No wonder why I couldn't find any body or tracks, really. So it has a height advantage. Is this anything that has been attacking your people at night?
We have been hailed by arrows recently, but I would talk more to Ragdar about that.
Okay. Maybe if they match, or at least narrow down a possibility of what we're fighting, what we're looking for. Where's your Ragdar?
She points to the chair that he's sitting on.
Oh, he's just watching us.
Yep.
Leo, Wait, no, not Leroy. Can somebody, Leovar, could I have you? I need to go wash my mouth out for a minute. I got the bubble guts too, so give me a minute.
What? What do you need me for?
Oh god, you weren't listening. You weren't listening, were you?
Huh? No, I was trying not to watch you throw up. That's really disgusting.
I need you to talk to the chieftain.
Nah, someone else can do that. He speaks common.
He speaks common.
Okay, can somebody else? I need to go wash my mouth out. I need to go probably clear my stomach other ways. It's still turning.
Yeah, I can talk to Ragnar.
Okay, so you
sorry.
walk up to him.
I
He looks
step
at you
away.
and he just kind of goes, "What do you want?"
Forgot to say this, but can I have got the arrow? Yeah,
Yes.
So, like, I'll show him the arrow. Notice anything familiar about this, and I'll just hand it over.
He looks at it and kind of goes, "It's an arrow."
Have any of your scouts that have been attacked recently said anything about flying gnolls with bird-like feet?
We've lost scout parties.
But nothing like that rings a bell or has been reported.
We've lost scout parties. Some unknown reasons.
Alright, well, it seems like we have found a lead on some of the creatures. I was just hoping you or your men might have been able to give us anything more.
I'd have
We'll see what we can do about hunting those as well.
appreciate. Ragnar tried to deal with problems.
I wish you luck then, and we'll be on our way shortly.
Good.
Okay. Wait.
But yeah, I'll go back to the group. That was not very helpful.
Okay.
They've lost scout parties, but that's all I could get out of them.
Okay. So then, now we just decide on what area we want to start in. For maybe we'll run into more of those flying gnoll things while we're doing
Remember,
the other
you can
stuff.
ask the druid to kind of give you a general idea of where they are.
Oh, it sounded like she didn't know where they were. Okay.
She can use the core to kind of figure out what direction to go in.
Oh, yeah. But I thought we were supposed to help with, like, other creatures, just in general.
Well, we were just now trying to find, like, info on anything,
Oh, okay.
so we sort of know what we're going up against. And we got 3 different kinds of creatures that are unusual to the forest, so... Yeah, I guess
4.
we'll go back up to, the druid.
But there's 4 unusual creatures.
We killed one.
Killed what?
We're looking for 4 cores, at least that's what I thought.
Oh.
Sorry.
And we've got news of 3 other corrupted creatures.
Okay, I got you. I thought we were just getting info on general, like, messed up creatures.
Yeah, so I might be wrong on the count exactly, but yeah, we got the sloth that may or may not be a corrupted thing. It's just a pain in the ass. Whatever's breathing fire,
Oh, I forgot about that.
whatever these avian gnoll things are, and then
Baboon,
the
mobothers.
crazy crack monkeys.
And
Yeah, because you have crazy crack monkeys, you have the flying gnoll things, you have the sloth whatever
thing, the
and
fire
then
breathing thing,
the fiery things,
and the things that look like gnomes.
something like that.
The things that look like gnomes. They could be one of the things too.
So which one do you want to go to first?
The thing that look like gnomes.
Well, Jess is not here to throw in her input.
No, she's not. Because we only have real directions on 3 of those things.
I'm back.
All right. Decision making time.
Oh god.
And here's where we are going to end this episode. Be sure to join us next time in the land of Sonin.